What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again, and I'm here to report a very exciting announcement. The InArt Collectibles has officially announced their pre-order date and just really generally announced the figure Batman v Superman Henry Cavill. Of course, the Snyderverse Henry Cavill Superman figure that we've all kind of been looking forward to, the 1/6 scale figure. Guys, before we get started, make sure to be subscribed to this channel, comment below, and of course, click the notification bell. I will have a discount code for this figure when it goes up for PO tomorrow from 1/6 Kid, so make sure you have notifications locked so I can give you an update on Instagram, Will.Foxification there, and of course on the community tab here on YouTube. That will work also, but I think it'd probably be $10, but I'm not sure yet, so I'll be able to post it tomorrow morning, I'm hoping, so be on the lookout for that. That said, let's waste no more time and look at this official announcement and of course the awesome new photos. So InArt, just in the beginning here, just talking about how they're excited. They made some updates, they updated the suit, the head sculpt, and stuff like that, and they feel very confident that it's a really good offering. That said, let's take a look at what the offering actually entails. So as we thought, the head sculpt is fully sculpted for the general sort of neutral Henry Cavill look. However, something interesting, for the laser eye look, which we'll take a look at, it's sculpted hair, but it has rooted bangs. They call it a fringe. So it has like sort of bangs that sort of can be adjusted that are rooted right here that look very natural, which I will show you, but it's really, really cool. They have a movie accurate screen printed suit using cutting edge tech. They don't exactly explain what the tech is, but it's pretty cool. And hopefully it's going to avoid peeling and cracking over time. That is really, really exciting. So for Superman fans, you should be very hyped about this. They actually give you two capes, which I will show you. A cape that's already been stylized, that's sort of flowy and, you know, it looks dynamic. And then a cape that it just drapes naturally. Just very soft, gentle cape. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. Rolling eyes, of course, with split levers. So they're going, I think, with the independent eye movement instead of one stick that moves both eyes. I like the one stick. I like the eyes sort of going together, but apparently other people don't, so they're going to do split levers now. So you got the body, you got the head sculpt with the calm expression, the angry expression, the suit, obviously the cape, all the gestures, all that good stuff. We got actually a hand holding Batman's cowl, which I'll show you, a kryptonite grenade, a kryptonite spear, 5 photos, an acrylic stand to put him in a flight stand, which I think is pretty cool, which I think they should be doing for every figure personally, and a concrete slab to go over. That's it. Let's take a look. So we got some updated photos here. This is a simple sort of character museum pose, more museum pose than anything. I really like the base. It's simplistic. I like the Superman logo on the front. Doesn't need to be anything crazy, diorama, massive, diorama piece here. I think this works. The suit looks really, really good. InArt does a great job with their photography, as does Hot Toys. They do a really, really good job photographing their products and getting you excited. But I think this suit looks really awesome. The texture there, you can tell it just looks awesome, bro. The Hot Toys one looks really, really great too. This looks, I guess, similar, but almost like maybe slightly better to me. It looks more like a real life suit to me. It doesn't look like a 6 scale figure version. I see a lot of detail in the texture here and in the overall design. So if you can zoom in here, see on the biceps there, that little sort of intricate design, and on the legs, those lines there. With the Hot Toys, I've not owned the Hot Toys in person. I'm assuming it's pretty great also, but this InArt one, man, just really looks the part to me. The cape also looks really high quality, and the fact that you get 2 capes, that's very exciting. People are going to be super hyped about that one because, again, if you want to put them in a more museum pose, you can put them in a draped cape, simple museum pose, and have a field day. Or if you want to have them in a cool ass pose like this with a stylized cape, you can do that. Hopefully the cape is easy to attach to the shoulder parts there, because I was with Loki. If you guys have had the Hot Toys Avengers Loki, the Endgame version and the original one, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but nothing too crazy once you get it. You have these little prongs and you push them in, and a little bit of pain in the ass, but hopefully the Superman's a little bit easier. The drape cape looks really, really cool. I think this just has a lot of personality to it. I'm hoping that you can adjust it with wires. I'm assuming you can. It looks very wired to me. I'm assuming the one cape is maybe not wired and the one is. It looks like it has wires to me, so you can adjust it to your liking. That would be my assumption. They don't specifically say, but that's logical. So here's the secondary head sculpt you can see with the rooted hair strand right there. I don't think this figure needs to be rooted necessarily. I mean, with the hairstyle, it's so short that I think overall a sculpted version would be fine. I think that also should generally lower the price. Keep in mind, they did say in this, there's one version of the Superman. There's not like 4 SKUs like there have been for other figures. There is one SKU here. It's one Superman. It's sculpted for all of them besides this rooted strand with the secondary head sculpt. There's not a deluxe version. It's one version. I think that's pretty cool. Simplistic in this case. I like it. So Superman looks great here, as always, sort of with his side pose there, looking great. Here's a flight pose. As you can see here, they do have that concrete slab that goes over, so you can put the acrylic flight stand in there. Or if you want to have him standing, you can take that out, put the concrete little piece over, and there you go. You can have him standing there, and it looks seamless and natural. Yeah, look, I think this is pretty cool, honestly. I don't think this is a waist grabber. I think this is like an acrylic stand with a crotch grabber, so to speak, because I don't see anything around his waist or leg there. It could just be Photoshop, but to me, I would assume it's probably something underneath. I'm not sure though. We're gonna see. We're gonna look more into the photos. But yeah, this looks dope here. I think the head sculpt is still not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. It's definitely better than Hot Toys. I'm just going to be honest. Hot Toys never really nailed Henry Cavill's likeness, and I think this is definitely a step up, although albeit this one's not 100% either, but I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. Maybe they'll continue to improve it. Who knows? I think the laser eye head sculpt is actually very strong. I think this one is really, really good. I like that sort of stray hair there that they decided to root. I think that's cool. This one looks like it's going to handle posing pretty effectively with the suit. You do want to be careful with creasing. You never really know with this material either, but you do look like you have a lot of options here that you can change things here and there as you see fit. But yeah, this cape, yeah, clearly adjustable with wires, because that looks awesome when you have it in a flight pose like this. Honestly, when I get mine in hand, I probably will give it some sort of flight pose. I think this just looks so cool, man. The flight pose just looks really, really great. And you can see here, here's the Kryptonian spear. This is actually really nice. It has a lot of detail to it. I think this is going to be one that it's a nice accessory. I don't know if most people are going to use this, but you might, like, especially if you're going to take photos, you're probably going to use this. But there might be a point where you might say, okay, I'm going to have him like holding the spear or doing something. But more often than not, Superman, you probably don't need that spear, but it's good to have the accessories more often than not. But the head sculpt, yeah, certainly the best Henry Cavill that I've seen in 1/6 scale. Again, the Hot Toys, I feel like always left a little bit to be desired as far as the likeness was concerned. I'm sure the overall quality of the figure is fantastic, but the likeness I thought was a little bit lacking. This one is definitely a step in the right direction. Again, I don't think it's a 10, but I would give it like a 9. I would give it like a 9. Like, I think it's a really good head sculpt. I think it's really good. It looks like Henry Cavill could be a little bit better, but this head sculpt, damn, boys and girls, damn, this is the head sculpt right here that I think most people are going to end up using. That's super cool, because you could kind of interpret this different ways. You could look at this head sculpt and say, oh, Superman, you know, he's fighting Zod, or he's fighting Batman, or he's fighting Doomsday, or whatever. Or you could look at this and be like, this is evil Superman, because he kind of has that sort of evil look to him, even though he's just doing laser eyes. So I think it was pretty cool. There's a close-up of the rooted hair there, the one rooted hair that I think is pretty interesting. I'm wondering how they did that exactly, but I think it looks pretty cool. I wonder if they could have just unsculpted for that. I don't know, but it looks good nonetheless. This also looks cool. Again, showing the light and dark sides of Superman, so to speak. I think this is pretty interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool photos here. We don't have an idea on price yet. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, you can pick this up directly from InArt. So keep that in mind. If you're in Australia or New Zealand, they're selling direct, and that's pretty exciting. But for everyone else in the whole wide landscape, 1/6 Kit is where I get my InArt figures. I'm going to give you guys a discount code starting Monday. Very safe, reliable, great option for buying InArt. So that's what I would recommend. I will put a link Monday when the PO drops, and of course the code to hook you guys up with some really cool, exciting stuff. So here is the overall product shot showing you what comes with the figure. So of course we have the Superman with the dynamic cape, the Superman with the regular drape cape, the kryptonite spear, he has a hand that's attached to Batman's cowl, so you could have him holding it up if you wanted to. That would be pretty cool. You have some Polaroid photos. I still don't know what exactly is on them, but they look pretty cool. Pennywise had something similar to that. We have the hands, the swappable hands here, the secondary head sculpt, the base, and then the kryptonite, and then the kryptonite grenade and all that kind of stuff. So there is a lot of cool stuff to be had here. Again, I think the base is simplistic. It works. I love Gandalf's base. As long as you can get the magnets to work properly, it still gives me a little bit of sus feelings, but it's better. It's certainly better than the Joker was. So that's going to be something. Oh yeah, here's the crotch grabber. Yeah, it looks like a crotch grabber, because you would plug the pole here into the bottom, and then there's the little crotch grabber like right there. I'm assuming you're going to literally just kind of hold him on there. Hopefully that will be stable, but I hope so. That would be stable. I don't know. That remains to be seen. With the waist clamp, though, that would be possibly even more sus, because you got to think about the fabric, right? And if you're having that clamp sort of wrapping around the fabric all tight like that, could mean bad things for your figure long term. So yeah, I mean, overall, guys, I don't know what. You guys are gonna let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. But honestly, man, I think the price wise, if I were to predict, I think this is gonna be around like $425, $450 maybe tops. Like I would think that's kind of where we're gonna sit here, because we do have 2 head sculpts. We do need to factor that in. They're not really rooted besides the one little strand. There's some decent accessories, not a ton. The base is pretty simplistic overall. But and you have 2 capes. But I think since it's sculpted, let's say around $450. I'm gonna say around $450 tops. I don't think it's gonna top that. I don't think it's gonna go over $450, which is reasonable. I think that's still, in today's marketplace, still a pretty good price. So I think overall people are going to be happy with this. Honestly, man, it's funny. I'm wondering if collectors like myself, even, I'm not the biggest Henry Cavill fan, DC, in the world, but the quality of these InArt figures is making people want to buy them, even if you're not the biggest #1 fan of that specific character that they're making. Like even Paul Atreides Doom, seeing the prototype and then seeing this, it's just like, man, I kind of want those because they're just so good. And you know, you don't want to pass up that type of quality, but it's tough. You do want to let character, I feel, sort of drive your decisions at the end of the day. But you know, this Superman is really, really strong, bro. This is a really, really strong announcement here. Hopefully they can deliver in the final quality, in the final product. But I can just tell you guys, having the Joker and Gandalf and Pennywise in hand, that I am very excited about, you know, what's to come from InArt. So I'm going to be reviewing that Pennywise soon. It's going to be a little bit delayed. I'm going on vacation Tuesday, so I will get it done when I get back. But very excited about it. Let me just tell you that. I'm very excited about it. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys, on this InArt Superman. I think this is pretty damn cool, and I'm excited to hear how the community is going to react to it. So that's guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, click the notification bell for updates. Will.Foxification on Instagram if you want updates there. Other than that, thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you later. Bye, 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 bye.